Shalom, welcome back. This is part 9 of our series on the Idra Rabba, the Greater Assembly. In part 8, we entered the mystery of the arms, the sowing, and Cain and Abel. We saw how the right arm and the left arm have to be brought into balance. We saw how Nukva, the feminine principle, is separated from Zeir Anpin so that she can stand face to face, not back to back. And we saw how Cain represents judgment that rises too strongly, while Abel represents a softer breath that is closer to the holy body, but still not fully stabilized. Now the Idra takes those pieces and gathers them into one larger vision. Part 9 is about the totality of man. And when I say man here, I do not mean just a human male. I mean Adam in the Zoharic sense. The complete form, the holy body, the full spiritual structure where right and left, male and female, upper and lower, mercy and judgment, all find their proper place. Let us begin. Rabbi Shimon opens this section with a strange sentence. He says, I see the higher beings below and the lower beings above. That sounds upside down. Higher below, lower above. But that is exactly the point. In the world of the Idra, reality is not arranged the way the ordinary mind thinks. The higher is hidden inside the lower, and the lower is rooted in the higher. So when the Zohar says the higher beings are below, it means that the deepest divine pattern appears specifically in the form of Adam. The human form is not a random biological shape. It is the map of the worlds. The upper mysteries come down and take the form of body, face, arms, torso, legs, breath, speech, and union. And when it says the lower beings are above, it means that everything we see down here has a supernal root above. Nothing is isolated. Nothing is just physical. Every movement below has a corresponding movement above. That is why the righteous one is called the everlasting foundation. The righteous one gathers the 6 directions into one source. The 6 Sephirot of Zeir Anpin, from Hesed through Yesod, become held together in one living pillar. The Zaddik is not just a good person. The Zaddik is the one who becomes structurally aligned with the holy body. Now, the Idra goes deeper into a phrase from the hidden book, the Sifra Ditz Niuta. It says that in Adam, the upper Sephirot are included in general and in particular, and the lower Sephirot are included in particular and in general. The upper part of the body is more integrated. It is general and particular together. The head, the torso, the hands, the fingers, everything is connected to the central body. The fingers of the hands are 5 corresponding to 5. They express detail, but they still serve the body. The lower part, especially the toes and the feet, is different. The feet touch the earth. They are the edge of the body. They are where movement becomes contact, where spirituality meets the ground, where the upper world has to deal with weight, friction, and resistance. This is why judgment attaches to the legs and feet, not because the lower part is evil, but because the farther the light descends, the more it has to deal with separation. The feet are holy, but they stand closest to the dust. That is where harsh judgments try to attach. Your intention may be clean, and your heart may truly want good. But when it reaches action, speech, money, body, schedule, habit, and real life, that is where judgment tested. Then the Idra gives us the main teaching of this part. All the formations above, within the holy body, draw from one another, attach to one another, irrigate one another, and illuminate one another. The image is like blood moving through veins. Life does not stay in one place. It flows from organ to organ, from side to side, from above to below, until the whole body is alive. This is how the Sephirot work when they are repaired. Hesed does not stand alone. Gevurah does not stand alone. Tiferet does not stand alone. Netzach, Hod, and Yesod do not stand alone. Each one gives to the next. Each one receives from the others. The body is holy because the parts are joined. The Idra then speaks about forces that are not included in the body. These are the left side forces that did not become sweetened inside Adam. They hover outside the central column. They are not properly joined to the balance of mercy and judgment. This is the root of impurity in this section. Not because the left side itself is bad. The left side is necessary. Judgment is necessary. Strength is necessary. Boundaries are necessary. But when the left side separates from the holy body, when judgment refuses to be perfumed by mercy, it becomes destructive. This is why the Zohar says these forces desire the students of Torah. They see a holy body in them and want to nourish from it. In simple language, holiness attracts attention. Light attracts both help and resistance. But the protection is not fear. The protection is integration. Stay in the body. Stay in the central column. Stay joined to mercy. Do not let the left side become your identity. Now, the Idra returns to Cain and Abel. Cain represents primordial judgment that was expelled from the general body because it was left without right. Abel is more perfumed, more softened, closer to breath, but still not fully stable. From these unresolved forces come spirits that hover, hear things, pass information, and move between worlds without full attachment. Not every spiritual voice is holy just because it is spiritual. Not every hidden message comes from the center. Some things come from the edges, from the air, from the unresolved places between attachment and separation. The real question is always, does this voice bring you deeper into the holy body? Does it increase humility, order, mercy, discipline, and truth? Or does it pull you into obsession, pride, confusion, and isolation? That is the difference between center and edge. Then comes Seth. When Seth is born, the worlds above and below are perfumed and repaired. Seth is the third movement. Cain was left side judgment. Abel was breath and softness. Seth becomes the repaired continuation. He represents the possibility that the line can continue after rupture. This is powerful because the Idra is telling us that the story does not end with Cain killing Abel. The story does not end with trauma, jealousy, and broken brotherhood. A third line appears. The worlds bind together again. Above and below become one body. This is the secret of healing. Sometimes the first expression is too harsh. Sometimes the second expression is too fragile. But if the work continues, a third expression can emerge. A middle line, a repaired form, a Seth consciousness. And then the Idra says that everything becomes one body, and it brings the verse, Holy, holy, holy is Hashem of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory. 3 times holy, right, left, and center. Hesed, Gevurah, and Tiferet. Not 3 gods, not 3 separate powers, 3 columns integrated into one body. This is the perfection of faith. Faith in this Zoharic sense, is not just believing something in your head. Faith is when the whole structure is aligned, male and female, judgment and mercy, heaven and earth, body and spirit, all standing in their proper relation. Then the Idra gives an image from Song of Songs, necklets of gold with points of silver. Gold is judgment, silver is mercy. The teaching is that judgment has to be studied with mercy. There should be no judgment without mercy inside it. Correction does not mean you never use strength. It means your strength has silver points inside it. Your discipline has compassion inside it. Your boundary has love inside it. Your no still serves a higher yes. This is also why the feminine is soothed by the masculine, and the masculine needs the feminine. One without the other does not produce fruit like the palm tree that needs male and female. In the repaired body, giving and receiving are not enemies. They are one system. Then the Idra speaks about the body after death. It says that the human body, once the soul has left it, must not be left in disgrace. On the surface, this sounds like a law about burial, and it is. But inside the Idra, it is also metaphysical. The body is the image of the king. Even after the spirit departs, the body carries the dignity of the form. To dishonor the body is to dishonor the pattern of Adam. The body is not just a shell. It is a sacred image that once carried spirit. From there, the Idra moves into the Nefilim, the fallen ones. It identifies Aza and Azael as forces that fell into the earth, attached to Malkuth in an unrectified way. Again, the theme is the same. Forces that do not bond correctly to the holy body become unstable. This leads into the flood generation. The verse says that Hashem regretted making man on the earth, and the Idra explains that this grief is said of Zeir Anpin. The actions below affect the revealed divine face. The lower Adam and the upper Adam are linked. You cannot destroy the human below without causing a flaw above. Your life matters because you are not disconnected from the structure. Human action touches the worlds. Human corruption is not private. Human repair is not private either. When a person becomes more whole, the holy body becomes more revealed through that person. Then the Idra gives the repair, hidden wisdom. If concealed Hokmah from Arich Anpin had illuminated Malkuth fully, everything would have been repaired back to its root, and there would have been no flood. So, what prevents destruction? Wisdom from above entering the earth below, not information, not cleverness, hidden wisdom, the kind of wisdom that orders the whole form and strengthens Adam from the inside. The Idra says that all brains depend on that brain, the concealed Hokmah. Wisdom includes everything. Through it, the form of man is established, strengthened, and settled, each thing in its place. That is the real definition of wisdom. Wisdom puts things in place. It does not just make you know more. It makes you ordered. It shows what belongs above, what belongs below, what belongs at the center, what belongs at the edge, what should speak, what should be silent, what should lead, and what should serve. And then Rabbi Shimon gives a warning. These matters are not given to everyone casually. They are given to those who can enter and leave. Those who can enter the mystery without getting lost in it, and leave the mystery still grounded, humble, and functional. That line is very important. The goal of Idra study is not to become strange for the sake of being strange. The goal is to become more whole, more aligned, more human in the holy sense. Finally, Rabbi Shimon cries. He says that if his friends were hidden away in the chamber of the world to come because of the words revealed here, it would have been fitting. Then he pulls back and says he regrets saying that because he wants them to live longer. And then he testifies before the most ancient of the ancient ones that he did not reveal these secrets for his own honor, not for his family, and not for the honor of his friends. He revealed them so they would not err in the ways of the king. Not fame, not status, not mystical performance, not spiritual branding. Rabbi Shimon reveals because the souls in front of him need a clear path into the palace. The human form is not small. Adam is the totality. The holy body is the pattern of the worlds. Judgment must be sweetened with mercy. The left must return to the center. Male and female must become one body. And hidden wisdom keeps the structure from collapsing into flood. So, as you live your day, carry this simply. Do not scatter. Do not split yourself into pieces. Let your head, heart, speech, body, and action become one line. Let your judgment be studied with mercy. Let your strength serve repair. Let your feet prove that your light can walk. That is the totality of man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for learning these teachings with me. May these words help us enter the mystery and leave it more whole than before. Shalom.